All right, guys, so today I decided to make this my official day to start off my Storytime Sundays. I've been working on some different things, trying to figure out what I'm going to add to the channel and different things like that. But it was very important for me to stay true to myself and also be able to share with you guys something that's very passionate to me. And that's keeping my spiritual self in line with God, with Christ, and what he has for me to do in this life. And so it wasn't until this year, really, that I've really set aside time with God to really talk to him and really learn in his word what it is that he wants me to see, what he needs me to understand, what he wants me to know about myself. And being that none of us is perfect, we all are working on ourselves daily and every day, I realized that, hey, if I'm learning all this good stuff during my quiet time with God, why not share it out with you guys in Storytime Sundays? But it didn't come to me like that. It came to me after I was praying out of one of my quiet times with God, and something said, Time with God on YouTube. And I said, really? What? Really? You want me to do that? No, I don't know. But I said I must be obedient, and here we are today at my very first Storytime Sunday, Time with God. Okay, so today we're going to talk about image. Now, image is very important to really review with each of us. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, if you're a girl, if you're a little girl, if you're a senior. It doesn't even matter. Anybody, it's important to stay in touch with who you really are. You know, we have the media, we have TV shows, we have celebrity gossip, we have all of these things that try to make us who we are. And even as a little girl growing up, you know, personally for myself, I didn't have all the name brand clothes and all the name brand shoes and all the stuff that came with glamorous, being a glamorous, young, well-to-do person. I had to have secondhand clothes, had to learn how to make that look cool within myself and how to be confident within myself. And also going to school, learning how to fit in and understanding that, yeah, I may be an introvert right now and I may be quiet. I may love to learn and be in school, but it's okay to be a nerd. It's okay to not have all the flashy clothes and the makeup and all that good stuff. And so as I got older, I realized, wow, I can teach myself how to do makeup. I can teach myself how to wear certain clothes that I should wear. And that wasn't until later, because as I grew up, I was such a tomboy. So I didn't like doing makeup. I didn't like wearing dresses. I was more of the climb the tree type of girl. And I still am very tomboyish. But I can say that I've molded myself and learned what makes me happy, what makes Selena happy. And that's what your responsibility is to yourself. It's not about which clique you're in. It's not about which group you're associated with or community you're associated with or what the next person next to you is doing. It's about who you are and staying true to yourself. And so God even talks about that in his Bible, in his word. And he says, even in Genesis. So we're going to go into the Bible here. And I have 3 scriptures for you today that you can take back and you can open your own Bible and you can read, or you can go to an app that has the scriptures for the Bible and review these with yourself throughout this week, okay? So the very first scripture that we're going to talk about today is Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 through 27. And we're going to find out how God views us and who we are in his image. It says here, verse 26, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Verse 27, So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So which means we were created in God's beautiful divine image. God is perfect. He is one person that you can go to when you're feeling like, I really don't know who I am. I don't really know who what my purpose is. But he has made us in his image to be beautiful, to be wonderfully made, to be who we are to this life. And so this is one divine example of how he molded us to be who we are, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman. So we continue on to the next scripture here, where we're going to Psalms. And here it's on the screen, 139, and we're on verse 14. And he says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that full well. And you see here, he says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God took the time out to create man and woman. He took the time out to give us two eyes to see, a nose to smell the beautiful fragrance of flowers, of food. He gave us our ears to hear and listen to the beautiful melodies of music and other sounds of people and hear people's voices. He gave us speech so that we can communicate with each other. So I can talk to you right now and send love and peace and joy into your home and to your life right now as you're watching this video. He's given us the ability to touch one another, to give hugs to one another, to tarry and spend time with one another. And he gave us all this ability to look like we do, to be so similar, no matter what culture you're a part of, no matter which language you speak. God has all made us into his beautiful, divine, wonderful image so that we can communicate. Because trust me, in this life, none of us are by ourselves. You know, there is no I in team. There is no one person that can do everything. We must work together. We must be together, and we must tarry together in order to make each other strong, to lift each other's spirits when we're down, to support each other's goals and dreams and divine plans, to pray for each other, to love one another, because in all of this is how God makes us who we are. And that's why image is so important, that you are who you're supposed to be, because there's always somebody watching. Sometimes, you know, you think, oh, I'm walking, I'm doing this, I'm doing this in my life, I go to work, you know, I have my kids, you know, I walk my dog, I do this, but I feel like, does anybody even care? Yes, there's always somebody watching you. There's always somebody who is amazed or maybe even fond of who you are. And maybe they aspire to be who you are because they love the image that you're portraying. But also always remember that God has made us fearfully and wonderfully made in his eyesight, but we must always stay true to who we are. If you enjoy doing something like this and that, do it. If you enjoy a certain hobby or a certain skill, or you want to wear your hair a certain way, or you don't want to wear any makeup at all, you want to show all your freckles, your beautiful freckles, or your rosy cheeks, and you don't want to do all that glamour up every day, and you just want to go out and be who you are, that natural person, that natural woman, or that natural little girl, go ahead and do you, because somebody is watching and is daily inspired by you. The last scripture that we're going to talk about today is in Ecclesiastes. And so it's on the screen here. And it's Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And it is verse 11. And it says, he has made everything beautiful in its time, right? God has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the hearts of men, yet they cannot fathom what God has done from beginning to end. Now, I'm going to reiterate this. He says he has made everything beautiful in its time. You know, when we're younger, when we're 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, I'm speaking in being a girl, a female. When you're a little girl and you're 1, 2, 3, 4, you have no idea about makeup. You have no idea about self-image and what the next person wants you to be, or what your parents hope for you to be when you grow up, or what you're going to be when you go to get in high school, or join this cheerleading group, or join this dance troupe, or do sports or whatever. You have no idea of that. Everybody that you play with on the playground when you're 1, 2, and 3, you guys are all the same. You look alike. you're happy, you're folly, you're playing, and you're having a blast. And it's not until we get out into the world and we start to observe each other, we observe the media, we observe people in school with us, we observe people in our jobs with us, that we start to criticize and be critical of who we are, our self-image. And so in those times is when I really want you to go into yourself and go into that quiet place and review these scriptures. And also review when he says he has made everything beautiful in its time. You are beautiful. And your rose and the bloom that you're going to bloom and what you're going to show the world in your own image that God has created you to be is going to empower, is going to inspire someone. But you have to be molded and pruned. Your seed has to bloom so that you can be strong enough to be who it is you need to be. And that's why it is about taking time with yourself to learn who you are, to try new things so that you know, this is not for me, but this is better for me. You know, to learn new skills, to learn discover new lands, to travel, to get out in the community and network and be with other people so that you see and can identify with hidden gems of skills and dreams that you may not even know you had. And so when God says here in Ecclesiastes 3:11, he says, he has also set eternity in the hearts of men, yet they cannot fathom what God has done from beginning to end. Because what God has made is so amazing that we can't even fathom that, wow, he made us like this. We are beautiful just the way we are. We don't need to put on extra stuff to be who we are meant to be, you know. But I'm not saying makeup isn't good. I'm not saying nice clothes isn't good. I'm not saying being a part of different communities isn't good. But all I'm saying is to be true to you. Be true to yourself. Okay? All right, so that completes my first Storytime Sunday. But before I leave, I wanted to leave a question for you to answer in below this video. So what in your life has been stifling you or stopping you from accepting the fact that God has created you in his own image to be fearfully and wonderfully made? What in your life is stopping you from feeling this way or standing tall and feeling confident in who you are, no matter what culture you are, no matter what skin color you are, no matter what you wear or don't wear? What in your life do you feel is stifling you from doing that? And how can you change that today? Okay, so leave answer to that question in the comments below this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more Storytime Sundays and other videos throughout the week from me, you can subscribe to my channel here at Selena Thinking Out Loud. And I look forward to commenting on your answers and talking to you soon. All right, bye.